Hey everybody, welcome up to Cumberlachia on a cold 45-degree rainy day. Last week it was in the 85 to 89 up here. This weekend it's kind of cold. But I got to get some stuff done. I was in the camper this morning. I've had these. These are my potatoes that I ordered. I don't know why I ordered them. I could have got them here, but I saw them online, so I ordered them. And when I picked them up this morning, I saw there's roots growing down in the bag already. So I decided it's time that we get some potatoes planted up here. Now I don't have my raised beds all ready yet, so I got some bags on Amazon, and we're just going to plant them in grow bags. Mom did this last year. I don't know, maybe a couple years she's been doing it, and she's had a lot of success with it. So yeah, I think it's time these potatoes get planted. They're all kind of got their roots going. I'm not going to cut them up because I'm not going to plant that many. I'm going to do probably 6 of these grow bags and see how they go. So for right now, that's how we'll do them. Give you a little idea where we're at. The workshop is over here to my left, to your right over there. So, and over here, actually behind me, it's a wild rose bush, and it is going crazy. It's already got some little rosebuds right here that you can't see, but it's starting to put all little rosebuds. So this one I'm thinking about keeping here, because over here in this area is where I'm going to put the greenhouse. We got to get that built. I got to clean out these brush and trees. Sorry, my nose is running. It's cold up here. But this will be the greenhouse area where y'all are standing and sitting and just taking it easy. That's going to be my garden. So right behind you is my 2 planters that we built, the above ground planters. They're going to be the entrance to my garden, and then the garden goes all through here. Right now it's a bunch of brush, and it's going to get cleaned out probably next weekend, hopefully, or during the week after I get off work. I'll try to get some of that done so I can get some more stuff planted. And then, of course, over there's a compost bin. The far left ones I got compost in. It's starting to break down. I've been putting leaves, any vegetable scraps, and anything that I had at the camper when I'm cooking, I bring up here and put. My friends at work are bringing me stuff. I'm also getting coffee grounds from Starbucks, because coffee grounds you can use as your green material, because you got to have brown material, and that's the leaves, and then green material, which is your food scraps, and then coffee grounds can also be used as that. So I'm going to be using coffee grounds in my mixture today. I'm going to, well, let's see how big these are. I think they said they were 7-gallon. And I like these grow bags instead of using a plastic bucket, because this will actually keep the moisture out. If I get too much, if I water it too much, it rains too much, anything like that, the water is going to seep out. And put it in a 5-gallon bucket, you're going to have to drill holes, and so the water gets out. So I like to use these grow bags. Plus, I mean, it's cute as crap, but I doubt I'll use it. You can pop the bottom open and see what's growing in there. See how your potatoes are going. Little window. I don't know if I'll use that much, but hey, it's nice to have. Maybe I will. And I'll put a link to all the stuff that I've been buying. The potatoes I got online, Amazon, and I also got these grow bags. And they're nice, heavy material. I mean, this is strong. They got good straps, and they're really sewn in really good in here. So these straps, it's going to be easy to move them around. So these are the grow bags we're going to use. And I'm going to probably fill it probably about a third full, put my potatoes in it, cover them, and then let them start growing. And as they start growing up, the plants grow up, I'll put more of my mixture in here, so it just keeps going up, 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 because as it goes up, that stalk's going to put off roots, of course, as y'all know, and potatoes are going to be growing on those. So I'm going to use a mixture. My taters are right over there. I'll put these bags down here. I've got coffee grounds, I've got peat moss, and I've got some garden soil that I bought, and I got my mountain soil right over here. I've been piling up, because when we built this shed, or the workshop over here, I had to dig out put the footers in the concrete blocks and everything. And that is some dark, beautiful soil. So I started wheelbarrowing it over here and piling it so I could use for the garden. So I'm going to get some of that in my bucket, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got some dirt. I call it my mountain soil. It's probably about up to, hello, little worm. Well, look at that. This stuff has got worms everywhere. I'm going to leave him right in there, because he's going to be good in that bag, breaking down everything. Get rid of some of the sticks. So, got about a third of the soil. I'm going to put just a little bit of coffee grounds in here. And if you're wondering, I got these at Starbucks. Starbucks puts them in these bags, if you didn't know. Puts them by the door, and they're free. In fact, the lady this morning told me to bring my 5-gallon bucket in, because I'm in there all the time, because I'm also putting them, as I said, over in the compost. And she said, just bring a 5-gallon bucket in, I'll fill it up for you, and then pick it up. All right, now I'm going to get the peat moss. Ah. And I like the peat moss because it's going to help retain some of the moisture. There we go. And keep it from getting so compact in there. Give them roots some ability to spread out and make me some taters. Now, I got a garden shovel. I just bought it. Cannot find it, but you know what? I like using my hands. So I'm just going to get a bunch, handfuls of this, of the peat moss, 2, and it's nice and dry, 3. That's all I'm going to put in there. I'm going to mix that around a little bit. To get it too full, I'm not going to be able to mix to the bottom. Yep, there goes that worm. All right. And then last, I got some garden soil that I'm going to use. And this is garden soil is made with compost. It's for vegetable. Let me put it up here so you can see it. Maybe. It's Miracle Grow garden soil. It was on sale at Tractor Supply, so I got it. It's for vegetables and herbs, and does have compost in it. Yep. So I'm going to put some of this in there, probably about a third too. All right, I got that all cut open. I am going to use my little shovel. This is I call this my wood shovel. I take it out when I'm looking for things in the woods. So I'm going to put probably 4 scoops, 5 scoops in here. Whoops. And I'm going to put some on the table. This is nice and rich and dark too. It's funny, when I was getting this morning, as I picked up the bags, they were warm and it was cold out. And I realized it's got compost in here. It's still percolating. There we go. That looks good. So now, with my dirty hands, definitely not in the kitchen, am I? But I think I like this just as much as being in the kitchen, because this is going to give me stuff for my kitchen. Fill my pantry with all these potatoes. Use a lot of them fresh, but a lot of them is going to get canned and put in the pantry. All right. Okay, so I got it all mixed up. Dirty hands. I love this. I don't know. It's spring. Spring in the Appalachian Mountains, and I'm happy. Because this is where Mom came from. This is where my grandparents came from. My great-great-grandparents. I got roots here, so I'm loving this. So let me get my bag. We're going to start with the brown one. And these are big bags, so it's going to take a lot. You know what? I'm going to set it down on the ground. You guys will have to watch me from there. I'm going to pour some of this in there. I use just about all of it. Comes up to about here. That's where I got it started. Now I got some left in here because I'm going to put the potatoes in here. Get this out of the way. I'm going to get me some of my potatoes. Now, this bag's supposed to have red potatoes, purple potatoes, and white potatoes. They're dirty, so I can't really tell. I'm thinking this one's a purple potato because it's got some darkness here and it got purple roots. So if I can find another one that looks like that, this one might be a red potato. So I'm going to put 2 in each bag. And I think I got me another purple right here. Whose roots are you coming from? I know, I'm ashamed of myself. These are way behind. That's a white potato. And these are purple roots that came off something that I think I broke off. This potato right here. So I'm going to put the roots in there. It's got a couple of eyes growing. More eyes growing out here on the end here. So I'm going to put 2 of these in here. Put them on one on each side. Oh, there's a worm. We'll let him get in there too. Putting the roots down. And then we're going to take the rest of this dirt. Oof. I don't know why I get so excited about this dark dirt mountain soil. This stuff's been up here making beautiful soil for hundreds of thousands of years. And that's going to make wonderful food for me and my family. Okay, so that's it. I'm just going to go through. Itch my nose because I can't use my hands. I'm going to go through and do all the rest of the potatoes. If I'm putting 2 per bag, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 more bags. And that's going to give me my 6. So I'm going to go ahead and put these all together, and then I'll be back with you and show you what we're going to do. Okay, we're back. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 bags full. They're all about, like I showed you about this full, and they all have the different color potatoes in it. Now I'm going to, I reuse everything. This actually is from my friend Carrie. Her and her mom have been saving me coffee grounds when they make their coffee. So I'm mixing these coffee grounds with the ones I get from Starbucks when I get them, and this is what I'm bringing up here. So today's just going to be in water, and this. I got 3 or 4 of these tanks. Let me open this up to get some air through. Right now, these are what I get my Jesus water in from over at the spring. And I'm going to use it to water these plants and see how they go. So I don't want to soak them, but I'm just going to get, because that peat moss is really dry. So it's going to absorb all this water. And then I'll just be watering them off and on every other day or so as they need it. And when it's not raining, I did order a little sprinkler system, battery operated, hook up to the water faucet. And the water faucet I'm speaking of, over here by the workshop, last weekend I got the gutter system on the back, because our roof slopes back to the back, and got gutters all along the back on both the main workshop and the little, oops, make sure how much water I got in here, and the little, I call it carport area. But then we've got the 375 gallon IBC tote that we're getting. We're getting them from up near, where did he say he's at? In Bristol, Tennessee. But he comes down here once a month and brings them to Knoxville. So I drive down to Knoxville and I pick them up from him there. We're only paying $85. They are food grade. For those of you getting ready to put a comment down below, make sure I know that. Yes, they are all food grade, and they have a little bit of syrup left in them. I got to try and figure out where he's getting them from. And he brings them there, and then I get them. So we're going to put 4 of them there to collect water off of the back. This building, all my buildings are going to have water collection strictly for the garden and the animals. And then we'll be able to live a little bit more self-sustainable. I do have my pump up from the creek, so we got water coming up from there as well. But I'm just trying this out first before I start pumping any up this spring, because I actually emptied up we have 2 of these IBC totes right now, but I emptied them out over the winter because I didn't want them to freeze and break. And we're not using them for anything. I just wanted to test it out, pumping water up from the creek, which it worked really well. Watered. I think I watered this. Yeah. Get these all watered. Now each one of these has 2 potatoes in it, and I use the same mixture in everything except this bag back here. This back bag I use just mountain soil. I want to see how they grow in just the mountain soil. I think they're going to do great, but the rest does have the mixture that I showed you. And probably by, what is this, Well, today's Saturday, the day before Easter. I'm up here getting stuff done. So hope you have a beautiful Easter. See if I can get this posted for you today. Maybe not. The rain keeps coming and going, so I have to keep stopping and starting. But I got this one marked back here. That's just the mountain soil. And I think I got plenty of mountain soil around here. I can go digging anywhere. And that stuff is beautiful. So, like I said, probably about once every 2 weeks or so, as the plants grow, I'll put more of the soil around them, my mixture, and then this one just the mountain soil. But I'll keep building it up, because as it goes up and the plant keeps growing, that stalk is going to put off roots, and the roots are going to put off the potatoes. And I hear ATVs. We're in the ATV capital, I think, up here in the Cumberland Mountains. They're everywhere, except on my property. So I'll show you each time I do that, I'll take some pictures, and we'll put that I'll probably put that in the community tab as I do it, instead of doing a video on each one, just putting dirt in. And then at the end of the summer, probably around July, August, I don't know, September, I haven't grown potatoes. I've never in my life grown potatoes. Mom always does, tells me to do it. She told me about putting them in containers, and they did really good for her and Bob last year. So I decided to do it this way. Since I don't have everything cleared out, I can move these around where I need them right now, keep them in the sun once I get up there, and get them fenced in. Like I told you, this is all going to be garden. I do have fencing that's going to go all the way around it. It looks high. Let me show you the fence. Hold on. So there you go. This is the fence that's going all the way around my garden. So I got a few rolls of this, and deer can still probably jump this high, but if they can't tell the distance, they kind of get a little nervous about jumping. So I'm not sure if you follow Cog Hill Farm. They're an amazing channel. They're in Alabama, and I've been following them for about a year and a half. And Jason down there on his old farm, they had this up. They just bought a new 40-acre, but on the old farm they put the fence around it, and then they put prayer flags around the top. And so I'll put posts up about a foot, and then those up there so they're moving and flapping. Kind of confuses the deer. They can't jump in there. Kept his garden nice and clear of deer, so I think it's going to work for me too. Just getting this all put through all this woods back here. It's not going to be woods in a couple weeks because it's all going to be cleared out. And I am probably going to just do raised beds this year, mainly because all the plants and the trees and the brush that's in there is going to keep trying to grow up. So I'm thinking about putting a tillage tarp down, putting my raised beds on top of it, putting some pea gravel or mulch through there just to and that'll just kill out everything, all the weeds and everything growing under there. And then next year I can put, like in the fall, or actually I'll wait till spring next year, so make sure it gets it killed out. Then I can pull that tillage tarp out, put the stuff back, and things aren't going to grow as well because the heat and everything is going to burn up the roots. So let me get this and lay it down so I don't get hurt. So this is my beginning of Cumberlachia farmsteading. This is going to be what we're going to be eating. I'm hoping that over there banging on things. Our son stopped. He comes through about once a month. He's a truck driver, as I told you guys before, and he likes to stop, as he says, check out his inheritance, make sure we're doing things right. But he's in there helping, gets the double doors on the barn or the workshop. So that's what you hear banging over there. But like I said, coming out here, I can walk right over here. I got purple dead nettle, which I'm going to be doing a little video on that and what it's good for and used for. A lot of people, well, it is a weed. It's classified as a weed. But this stuff's all over, and I'm using it for a lot of things. I'm going to be making salve out of it and tincture and tea. So, I mean, it's one of the first greens that come up in the mountains in the spring. And I'm trying to get one of these that I didn't buy. Good, dirty, 100% edible, has a lot of protein in it. But I'm going to be doing some videos on that. I've got wild garlic over here. I couldn't believe there's wild garlic. He asked if I went and planted it all over the mountain. I'm like, no, it just grows up. Got wild blackberries growing over here. We'll try to keep those and put a little area around there to keep them. But they're all over the woods, but these I'm going to try to keep. So until fall, these are our potatoes. We'll see how they go. But thank you guys for joining me up here on Cumberlachia. I'm going to bring you a lot more videos up here in the next couple days and weeks. And hope you all have a wonderful Easter. Love you and God bless. Bye-bye.